just at headquarters. Just got 3 times. I want to make a quick video. I just bumped into 2 things actually. One, just now I was just smiling, just happy, just talking with one of my colleagues, and one of the guys who's like supervisor, he was like, "You're laughing at me. Why are you laughing at me?" Just like out of nowhere. And I goes to him, "No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just pleasant, whatever." He's like, "Oh, I thought that you laugh." I'm like, "No, I think you're paranoid." And he goes, "Oh, he had 2 hours sleep, blah, blah." But this guy turned up to work after the bank holiday, just looking super, super disheveled, man. Like, you just know that he's asking, "Oh, who's in?" Looking mad shifty. And a lot of workers, like on the bank holiday, you know, go out for drinks, you know, get up to whatever they get up to, and then you realize you come to work, you have to turn up to collect something, and you're just like, you didn't do the right thing, because it's hard, man. Sometimes our job can be quite physical, so I understand that people want to go and have a release. So a lot of drinking and such and such. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. And that guy, his friend also joined, and also again, narcs always do this, or people that are kind of like, they want to impress upon you. So it was me and the other guy that started with me. He gave that guy a punch, and he shook my hand, and he squeezed my hand. And I had that before when I went to that music software. My handshake was firm this time, so it wasn't a case of like the music software time was I wasn't expecting it, and the guy just squeezed my hand. Like this time, my hand was firm, and he was squeezing, but he was squeezing like a firm hand, so it was like neutralized him. But it's something about not just narcs, but the time we live in. That guy that squeezed my hand now, he's a bit bigger in frame than myself, which actually doesn't mean anything. Like, do you know what I mean? But in terms of people thinking, "Oh, I'm big, I can intimidate someone, or I can squeeze their hand." That's why it's for people like us, it's good to stay like healthy, on point, you know, physical fitness, because being an empathetic being a scapegoated people see us as a soft touch for some reason, and they want to devalue us. They want to kind of like any opportunity just to like overpower us. Like, they just have this like urge. And also I wanted to add here, if you're because I do this sometimes, I feel this, like when you're in a group of people, or you're somewhere and you feel the need to have to defend, even overshare, or you're probably surrounded by narcs, like you feel like you have to impress upon them something. And don't judge yourself too harshly when you do that. Just know that, you know, you're still on your healing journey. That's where you are right now, but you will get to the point where you just like hold silence with people and just like be silent and just chill, like but now I was just kind of pleasant to be back at work. We've had like because we had the Friday off, so we've kind of had 4 days off work, so it's kind of nice to be back at work. Like, it's nice to like go somewhere, you gotta go and pick up things, go and like do an install, be back on site. It's good. It's just like good for your mind, you know, keeping fit, problem solving, working things out, electrical things. It's good. It just keeps your brain ticking away if you're not doing something. But you can do other things as well. But yeah, it keeps you on your toes. So this video, I wanted to just touch on why the smear campaign is so like effective for narcs, and I want to just talk on it. In my experience, right? Okay, if you smile at the world smiles at you. But in this time that we're going through, I think because of social media, a lot of people are not on the light side, on the dark side. Like, there are people who they have this mindset of like, they want to pick up their popcorn and watch other people abuse people. That, and they're like scared of the people abusing you, and they're like, oh, it's better if they're doing it to him or her than they're doing it to me. That's my experience. Now, when I remember there was a long time ago when somebody was in my secondary school, and this guy wanted to just fight me for no reason. And this guy come and was like, no, why you want to fight him? No, and just stopping it. And I think now that I've become into this position that I am, if I see something a bit weird, I did this actually on the street where there were these protesters and these motorists, and the protester was trying to like grab the motorist so this other guy could lay into him, and I just shouted at him like, get off him, like make like, so it won't be a fair fight. I kind of stopped it so that guy would not get rushed by all of these guys. Now, we don't live a type where people are like truth tellers, or they want to like prevent bullying or standing up for people when they're not around. Or we live in a time where it's like people are like he, they're quick to laugh at you, they join in on the bullying, they sit on the sidelines and just watch. This is the time, like, when something very embarrassing happens to someone, people get their phones out and they start filming it. Even if you're sick, or you might have just like, you're having a seat, like something where people can be actually helping. This is the culture, it's the film, to get their phones out, you know. And it's where we are. It's where we are. So that's one of the reasons why the narcissist smear campaigns are so effective. People like to gossip. People like to believe things. And also what you're seeing with celebrities now, and people are coming out talking about certain trafficking or certain things people are doing. So the people that are gatekeepers, things are coming out on those people. So even in my old dysfunctional peer group, those people that are gatekeepers for those scenes that are doing things, who knows what the future holds for them. But you have those people who are quick to be doing like psyops. Like, I know that the 3 narcs that I dealt with came from that group. So that in my mind, my discernment is telling me that those narcs, those energy vampires, were actually assigned to me, yes, from their satanic father, but also from the spirit that was working through those gatekeepers in those communities. I hope that makes sense. So you have, like, say a music group, and there's a head of an agency that books DJs and producers, and you have like a platform for DJs and producers, and those 2 people are attacking you for absolutely no reason. They literally go and get these female saboteurs to come to you to distract you from your purpose. That's 100%. So those relationships, to me, in my mind, were like psyops. They weren't real. They were just there to distract me, to put me off my purpose, to attack my self-esteem, to, you know, keep me in line and to keep me below them. They just don't want people to come above them. Like, there's like a hierarchical kind of setup where you have certain people are up certain places and they want to keep where they are, and they deal with certain companies, and they don't want you to come and jump over the natural order of things in their eyes. So a lot of that goes on. So we have to understand that another reason why the smear campaigns are so effective is that while you're dealing with them, these toxic individuals and narcs, they start dropping little hints, or there's that poison dripping, or they start doing these little paper cuts to death. Like, they start attacking your character to your friends, your inner circle, to like your mutual friends. They start sort of doing it like they're trying to help you. Like, they do like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with, we're just alone, and then he wants to drink. Oh, I'm just trying to help him, that we don't always have to do this or that. They start trying to like they might be the one that would be saying, oh, let's go and buy wine, let's stay up, let's do this or that. But they'll be saying to your friends that they're trying to help you come away from your bad habits. But this is what they do. So they sort of feign that they're trying to help you. So sometimes those people are, when at the end, when you do break up and they say, oh, he was mad, they are more likely to believe them because they've heard from before, oh, those little nitpicking, those little kind of poison dripping that they've been doing while you were in a relationship with them. So I remember when I was dealing with narcissist number 2, why I say it was a psyop, again, let me just go back to that, is that narcissist number 1 had already dealt with one of those people that were like the higher uppers of this peer group, in terms of like, I know it's really silly, but you have like the really popular kids in school. Really, they're like, now I look back at it, they're like mean girls. They were like narcs, like mean girls with like rich parents, like cool kids who had all the music equipment and records or whatever. But they were basically like mean girls. Like they were like, oh, you want to be in my group, you have to like, you know, do as I say and follow this, and you're not allowed to go with this girl. And then I didn't know that girl came from one of those guys. He actually brought her to the UK, and the other people that were in that group, they could have told me, oh no, don't do it with that girl because she's with this boy. But nobody told me because they were happy to see the mess. Narcs like dysfunction. They like dysfunction. They like toxic things. They like secrets. They like knowing some information that you don't know. They like just like keeping you in this whole like messy, low vibrational quagmire. They all like this, like everyone's sleeping around and spreading STDs and real like, like if you think about how they maneuver, like in that group, everybody was just like, and I was there as well, like, but unknowingly, you know. And Narcissist 2, I think she was like more of a pass around, and part of Narcissist 3. So what happens is, you're the only one that don't know. There's like, they're going around sleeping with each other. They have a harem, the garage, where they get their supply. The garage is what they call it. So these girls are narcissists, and they service the male narcissists in the group. And those males were seen as like, they will say they're alpha, like Andrew Tate, like, oh, we're alpha. But they're not actually alpha. What it is like, they're narcs. They use sex to control people. So yeah, they actually sometimes they can become good at sex because they're having a lot of sex, because they're using sex to get supply, like especially the somatic narcissists. So the girls are sleeping around, so they're learning all the sexual tricks because they become experienced. And the guys too can dickmatize because they've grown up knowing that they can get supply from having sex, the body, and also by practice, you just become good at something if you're doing it all the time. You know, you learn certain things about the body, and you learn how to do it. So they now use that sex to control girls. So they give girls really good sex. So them girls go back to them, and the girls use sex because they are very, very sexual. But then what they do, they slowly start taking the sex back. So now you start craving the sex. So now they can kind of get you to do things like, oh, can I have money, or can I borrow this from you, or whatever. And then when you do things, and they might just tease you with a tiny bit of sex, and then they used to pull the sex back, blah, blah, blah. So they use sex as a kind of like a carrot to control us. Or maybe there'll be a time where you'd only have sex if you buy them certain wine, or if you do certain substances or whatever, but they sort of use that against you. So that's another reason. I was going to say the narcissist number 2 and also 3, they were both like that, girls that were like pass around, but I didn't know. Like, so you have to really vet people, especially now we have like the knowledge, and we're gaining the knowledge, and we know it's very important to vet people. Like the life that I'm slowly starting to build for myself at the moment, now I'm on my healing journey. the person that if I was invite someone into that world, they would have to be worthy of that I'm building. So it won't be just I will have to vet them, test them, be friends for 3 to 6 months, see how they treat people that they can't get nothing from. Because with these people, it's all transactional. It's like they're only good to people that they know they can get something from, basically. So the help, like you can see with like J-Lo and her assistant, and she got the assistant to come and she spat the chewing gum in the girl's hand. Like they're not good to people that help, the people that are looked at as the help, people that are working in service or hospitality. So there's just certain red flags you got to look out for. But yeah, I wanted to make a video about some points why the smear campaign. Let me see if there's another reason why the smear campaign works really well. Okay, another reason it works very well is because a lot of us targeted people, we are chosen ones, or we're like anointed, or we have God's favor, or we have God has his hand on our life. So a lot of characters, people nowadays are very, very jealous. And I was like the last person to kind of like accept this. Like I never, like, this person's got more money than me, he's higher than me at work, but he's still fighting me, still trying to sabotage me, trying to put me down. A lot of people actually see the potential we have before we've even realized it, before we see how good we are. There's people that are next to us. Even when I was doing music, they want to use us for our gifts. They want to learn from us. They want to take from us, and they want to exploit those things and make monetary, but they don't want to include us in things. They just want to use us with those gifts that Most High has put upon our lives. So that's three reasons why the smear campaign is so effective. The first reason is that people like watching, being like the innocent bystander whilst people are getting abused. They don't interrupt, they just watch. The second reason is what's the second reason? The second reason is to do with basically they like keeping secrets and having something above you and to keep the hierarchy. And the third reason I gave there is about our anointing. So we tend to be chosen, we tend to be anointed, we're blessed, we're very empathic. So a lot of people are very, very highly jealous of us and of our potential and scared of us. So they want to use us. So what they tend to do, they tend to feel sort of justified and happy when things go wrong for us. So it kind of like, by putting us down, keeping us down, they think like it makes them feel better. It's very, very twisted how these people think and operate. So yeah, that's the video. I wanted to do that. I might make another talk about why the smear campaign is, but we live in a world full of haters, a world that's becoming more dark. People don't stick up for people. I think I said that before. And people enjoy, especially people that are toxic and narcissists, they enjoy people going through bad time and pain. They like us to be scared and suffer, but empathic people that are chosen, who have been scapegoated, always bounce back, and we look like nothing happened to us. We lose our job, we get a better job. We lose our house, we get a better house. We break up with a narc, we find someone that's prettier, more fit. We I don't know, anything that happens bad to us, you miss a flight, you get a better flight, better seat. You miss a train, you get a better one. They steal our phone, we get a better phone. They break into our house, we move to a better house. So all these things they do against us, we are gifted, we are looked after, and Most High. So always put God first, stay prayed up, and be well. Peace.